Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our city. We are right here in the Muscatine City Hall in the mayor's office, and thank you for joining us. Today's April 30th of 2019, the last day of April. Wow, I can't believe it was Christmas 2 weeks ago, and now it's going to be May tomorrow. Farmers Market starts this weekend, so everybody head on down. It's going to be in the usual spot, even though we got some flooding on River Drive or Mississippi Drive. But get on down there to the Farmers Market and see what they got. Check it out on Saturday. I'd like to give you just a couple of updates of stuff that's happened recently I wanted to share. Last Wednesday night we had the Senior Girls Sports Banquet. This is an event that the Muscatine Community Y has been doing for 43 years. They highlight every year. This is Haley Jarrett. She was the winner this year. It's an amazing event. All of the different sports that the senior girls are involved in, basketball, soccer, bowling, golf, swimming, everything, you name it. They all come out together with their coach and have a banquet, and we recognize the senior that is chosen by their peers. So all of the senior girls get one ticket to make a vote for who they think is the best athlete of the year, and it's certainly not who outperforms everyone, but it's the best rounded athlete, and that means in all variety of ways. So it was a great event. Mel Steckel, our Mel Steckel at the Y, she's been at all 43 events, if you can believe it, and she's the one that actually hosts this and does a great job. I wanted to next thank everybody who came out to Coffee with the Mayor on Saturday. We mixed it up a little bit this month, and we had it at DeBeats Bistro on Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. We wanted to get around town a little bit, and Dave Crawley, our I've got tongue-tied problem tonight. Our golf pro at Municipal Golf Course was there and answered a ton of questions, talked about all the different events and things that we've got going for the year, talked about the rates and the times they're open and all of the different programs and ways that you can come out and enjoy the golf course. We wanted to give a big shout out to him for coming. He answered a ton of questions and really helped a lot of folks figure out what would be a good idea for them to do. Next, I wanted to congratulate the Leadership Muscatine 31st class. Congratulations to all of them. There was a great group of graduates. They have worked hard this entire year doing programs that are benefiting our community, and a big shout out to each and every one of them and their employers as well. Next, I would like to give a big shout out to all of the performers at the Matilda High School musical this past week. Oh my goodness, they were amazing. All of the people that helped with setting up, that did all the props, all of the musicians, all of the actors, all the people that helped lead it. It was just wonderful. We had the best evening. You could just laugh your head off, and then the next minute just really be enjoying the show. So big shout out to this talented group of individuals. I think we have a copy of the flyer. Did we already show that, Ryan? It was so good. If you haven't had a chance to see this before, I bet you'd be able to. I bet somebody's got it taped that you can get your hands on a copy of it and watch it. It would be well worth it. I wanted to. I know I've got a ton of stuff to share tonight, and that's why I'm kind of hurrying through. But our first guest tonight is Adam Thompson. He used to work for the City of Muscatine, but now he works for the Greater Muscatine Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We just call it GMCCI. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you, Mayor.
Hey, thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Well, I had asked, recently we've been talking about the Laborshed report.
Yeah.
And these used to come out every few years. Now they're coming out every year, aren't they?
Still every 2 years.
Every 2 years,
Yep.
Okay.
But it's kind of changed how they've been done in the past. It's something that we had to take on locally. Mm-hmm. We'd hire a firm to do the Laborshed analysis for us. But now, IEDA and Iowa Workforce Development has realized that these Laborshed analysis are so important for attracting business and growth of industry in our community that it's something that they've taken on for all communities across the state.
So we don't have to have any expense added to it now, is that correct?
No expense for it.
Good. So so this Laborshed, what does that mean?
Yeah, so Laborshed is like your geographical area that you pull employees from. So
like Muscatine and where you could drive to.
Yeah.
So Davenport, Iowa City, Tipton, they're all.
Essentially, yeah, anywhere that people drive from to come to Muscatine to work is where employees shed from to our area. So kind of looking at like, same thing like you learned in school, like a watershed. It's kind of like the furthest distance that, you know, a drop of water comes to get into that river.
Sure.
It's kind of that same concept as those further distance that employees will come to work in your community.
Okay. Yeah. So this report, it just came out, what, last week?
It came out a few months ago.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Where we just got to hear it last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we had people from Iowa Workforce Development that came and presented on it last week. Yeah.
So what kind of things do we find out from it? What kind of things did we find out this time?
Yeah. So one of the interesting things is our previous Laborshed had our Laborshed population in the 400,000, and we've actually increased that with this one to over 600,000. So with the work that they did, yeah, we saw our Laborshed increase quite drastically, and that is a huge population that we're pulling from.
Sure.
And that, you know, the greatest thing that shows for us when we're trying to recruit businesses to Muscatine, attract businesses to Muscatine, or also work with current businesses that we have in Muscatine, is it's all about employees. You know, when we have such a low unemployment rate that we have, you know, we're fighting hard to get employees from wherever we can. So we show a number like this, that really bodes really well.
That helps us.
Yeah, for these businesses.
A business is going to be like, well, I don't want to go to Muscatine because they don't hardly have any unemployment, so who am I going to hire to work for me?
Yeah.
But we can show them, hey, maybe not in Muscatine, but maybe from the surrounding communities.
Yep. This really goes to show willingness for employees to commute to find jobs in Muscatine. This really shows really well. I mean, we got people coming from Cedar Rapids and Clinton, you know, driving to Muscatine for work. That's hour and a half commute for people to...
That's a good hour and a half, Yeah,
so that shows the jobs in Muscatine are top-notch jobs.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So were there any surprises this time?
I don't know if there was any surprises. One of the things that jumps out to me when you look at our local Laborshed analysis as well as state analysis, it's one of the pieces in there when you look at the unemployment sector. Ryan, if you're pulling it up, I think it's on page 3 on the unemployment side, but it talks about what pay rates you need to pay employees to get them into the workforce.
To have them re-enter?
Yeah,
like people that aren't working now. Okay.
Yep, those who are unemployed.
Okay.
And it talks about median average wages, and Ryan's just down a little bit from there.
There we go.
We're getting there. Yeah, right there.
There we go.
Wages.
Okay. So yeah, explain that.
So at $10 an hour, that is on average from who they talk to. It would take $10 an hour for someone to choose to enter the workforce.
Okay.
So that means, you know, jobs that are paying less than that, they're really undesirable for those who are not in the workforce. And this kind of shows for you to attract someone to enter, you're looking at $10 an hour. And then that $12.52 attracts 66%. And then the $13 an hour attracts 75% to re-enter the workforce.
Okay.
So it just kind of gives you an idea that, you know, it's a sizable expense for a business to take on employees and help. And at the state level, they were seeing $12 an hour on average across the state for someone to accept.
So Muscatine's a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So what kind of jobs do they look at?
They look at, I mean, there's a lot of jobs. I mean, probably hundreds of jobs they look at. And within the report, they try to summarize them down into smaller segments. Like the greatest one that you find in Muscatine is manufacturing. Okay. And Muscatine, you know it.
Sure. A lot of manufacturing jobs.
We are a manufacturing community. Sure. And it didn't come out in this report, but we had one done 2 years back, and it was an advanced manufacturing Laborshed. And what was really interesting about that is our Laborshed for advanced manufacturing is the same size as what the Quad Cities sees.
Wow, you wouldn't think so, would you?
You wouldn't think so with the population differences.
Sure.
But it just really goes to show the strength that Muscatine has in the manufacturing sector. And then after that, you look at wholesale and retail trade, into healthcare, social services, and then professional services, and then you kind of get in the normal ones, your education, construction, government, and things such as that.
Sure, sure. Now over here on the right, these are all the benefits that people expect when they work these jobs?
So those are like the percentages, the
Okay.
likelihood that they're going to have those benefits.
Okay.
With full employment.
Full-time employment.
Yeah. As you can see, obviously, healthcare and pension, a very high percentage.
Those are the ones people expect with a full-time job.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I would say, you know, more likely than not, when you don't see those getting paid out, those are a lot of times like construction jobs or seasonal jobs.
Sure.
They may be, you know, full-time employment.
This week.
Yeah. But
sure.
seasonal stuff and like that.
Sure.
Yeah. And one of the, on that same page, you know, an interesting thing when looking at this that I want to kind of clarify when you look at this. So our entire Laborshed population is like that 615,000. But then you look at the employed, so we're about 475,000 of that is employed.
It's employed, okay.
And then you have that unemployment number, and that it's 12%, which is about 74,000 people. But that is very different than the unemployment rate. And that's one of the notes that they make in there. So when someone sees this, they go, wait, 12% unemployment? I've been hearing like 2.4%, 2.6%.
Right. That doesn't jive.
Where's the difference? Yeah. And this is really just looking at the population as a whole.
Okay.
So anyone who is unemployed and is not looking for work.
Over the age of 18.
Yep. It falls into that category. Okay. And that they obviously do break out homemakers and retired in there as well.
Sure. So when they say the unemployment rate is 2%, they're looking at people that are on unemployment compensation. They're not necessarily looking at those people that have long since exhausted that and haven't gotten a job, or maybe they're off for disability, or maybe they are off because they had maternity leave and decided to stay off. So that would all be the 12%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Whereas the unemployment rate is just really looking at those who are in the workforce still, and this counts those who are not in the workforce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting, and I think it's really interesting to see what it would take for someone who is off work to go back to work. You're not going to entice them with an $8.50 job to come back to work into the workforce. Yeah, it's going to have to take more than that. But I do agree with you how fortunate Muscatine is with our industry. I mean, we have been forever in the really top numbers for the most Fortune 500 companies per capita. We've certainly are in the top for the most millionaires even.
Yeah. No, it is absolutely incredible, and that's I mean, really something that Muscatine needs to be really proud of.
Oh, exactly.
I mean, you saw it most recently as 2008 when things got tough all across the country. Our large corporations that were founded in Muscatine, that are headquartered in Muscatine, they remembered where home was, and they made sure to take care of that.
That's
right. Just a great feeling to have, and the security to have as well, knowing that they're behind you no matter what. And that's a great thing that really helps us when we're trying to attract new businesses to Muscatine as well, is the security, the reliability, and the connectiveness of our business community is really attractive when we're looking at bringing in new businesses.
Oh, sure it is. Yeah. Sure it is. People are amazed from other communities at how our corporations work hand in hand with the people in so many ways. And we're very fortunate to have that. And we, like you said, a lot of them were started right here. Yeah. And that's a difference too. It's not that we just have the good environment for people to come and put a branch here. It's not really that. I mean, we were started here. My grandpa was born here in 1908. Oh, wow. And the story, I mean, he remembers a lot of the businesses being started. So he remembers when Kent Feeds was getting going, and HNI and Han before it was even there. He remembers it, the way it started. And I mean, it was just fascinating the way we had so many bright, forward-thinking people
Yeah.
And oftentimes they'd, pair up with someone else and they'd come up with an idea and off it would go.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Oh, it is. I mean, they are.
And it set up our community.
Absolutely. They're one-of-a-kind thinkers, risk takers.
Yes.
And it's really, I mean, I've talked about it too, it's really the foundation of Muscatine. From the lumber industry to our pearl button industry, and then into the industry that we have today. I mean, it's absolutely remarkable. I mean, Muscatine is has a foundation of entrepreneurship, small town ingenuity, and just people that work hard and get it done.
Sure.
And that's what when you talk to the business community, that's what they find in their employees as well. And that's why they're so committed to Muscatine, because we have such great, hardworking people in this community.
And our businesses, when the war efforts were going on, they would flip. My grandpa worked at Huddock's Sash and Door, which eventually HNI Han bought. And then through the war effort, they couldn't be doing stuff like that during the war. So then they switched over and made ammo boxes. And so they were so forward thinking about what can we do to still stay viable.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have the workers, and the ones that they did have, they needed to do something different from what they were normally doing. And they figured it out.
Yeah.
They just did. They just figured it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. We digress, huh?
Yes, we did. We got off of Laborshed.
No, it's all good.
It is. But that's why we have some of these good numbers.
Yeah.
It's because of our rich history.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, on the Laborshed, I can't stress enough how important this document is when we're working with our local businesses. So Kent recently announced Kent Precision Foods, again tongue-tied like you are.
I know.
Moving their headquarters back to Muscatine.
Yep.
Well, a year or two before they were even ready to make that announcement, the Chamber of Commerce was working with them on doing Laborshed analysis and employment analysis to make sure that move would work for them and that they would be able to find the employees they need to support their business efforts here in Muscatine.
And that's going to bring some good paying full-time jobs.
Oh, wonderful paying full-time
community.
jobs. Yeah, it's absolutely great. And I talked with Jason the other day, and I think they have just a few openings left in their marketing department, so they're doing a great job finding the employees that they need.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is great. And they're going in and out by the old Hotel Muscatine, or the old Holiday Inn,
Yeah, well, there's a project that we're working on with them. Right now they're actually in the Laurel building.
Yes.
Downtown.
Temporarily.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. While they work on
their
how that's going to go.
Yeah,
It's a big project, but it's going to be great. And it's going to make it so much nicer out there in that corner too.
Yeah.
Clean everything up. And
it's just, great to see. You look at, we were talking about this a little bit, but about our business community, the continued investment in Muscatine and commitment to Muscatine. You could, more likely than not, you could do a lot of what you do just about anywhere in the mobile world that we have today, but they're still committed to Muscatine and investing in Muscatine.
That's right.
And it's absolutely remarkable. We put out some numbers. You're looking between just looking at our local industry, industrial and commercial, over $440 million have been invested in our community in the last 5 years.
I saw that number recently. Yes, that's crazy amazing.
It's absolutely incredible. And then then when you incorporate city investment and then power water investment and utilities, $535 million invested in our community over the last 5 years.
It's crazy.
And
you can see the investment back into the community and the services and the people. And one of the ways you can see that is them coming forward, the entire community, business and individuals, to revitalize our YMCA.
Yeah.
It was a $7 million project, but we wanted that for our community, and everybody made it happen together.
Yeah. And it's not like it's new for them. Before that, it was the hospital.
Yes.
And then the previous Pearl projects that they did in the riverfront, and now it's coming back up again.
That's right. Deep Lakes Park, we've even got.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm really excited about the projects like the sidewalk art, and and now we're having the public art pieces that Melanie's putting together, and I was going to talk about them a little bit here.
Yeah.
The good pieces that we've got coming forward. So it's a win-win for all of us. But this particular report really is shedding some light on the workforce in Muscatine. And it can be used as a tool for all of us.
Absolutely.
You know, what I want to end with when we get there is how people can find this, because it's not a secret.
No, absolutely not.
So I Googled, I know we had a meeting on it last week where we got the real Cliff's Notes, and that was really helpful. But it's very easy to understand.
Yeah.
And so I just went on and typed in Iowa Workforce Development Laborshed analysis, and you can drill down and find it easy as pie.
Oh, yeah.
And go through it yourself.
Yep.
And if you have any questions, there's a spot where you can ask a question.
Yeah, no, it's really easy to find. I Google a lot of things, so I just Google Muscatine Laborshed. A lot of times you'll find this as well.
Sure.
We have it posted on our chamber website.
Oh, did you?
I'm
I
sure,
didn't realize that. Okay.
The city will have it posted on, if they don't have it already, the city will have it posted on their website. And I got to put a plug in when you do go to the chamber website. We are collecting donations for fireworks.
Oh, I know. I saw that already.
Yes. So got to put a plug in for that.
I think that's a little bit of a misunderstood revenue piece or slide or way. I don't think people always understand that, because anytime I brought it up over the last few years, like, you need to donate to the fireworks fund, people are like, huh?
Yeah.
So I don't know if they don't stop and think, where does the money come from to fund that, or if they think it already has a revenue stream. But I don't think the general public somehow understands that that is a fundraising effort that we have to do every year, because we have beautiful fireworks and we want to keep it that way.
Yeah. Yep.
So maybe we can, including me, do a better job getting it out to the community this year.
And that's something that, the chamber, we need to do a better job of. I mean, to put on the entire 4th of July celebration, and it's put on entirely by the Chamber of Commerce. Right. Obviously, we get support from police department and fire department. They're a great partner in putting on the 4th of July celebration, but it's about $20,000 to put on the entire 4th of July celebration, and about $15,000 to $16,000 of that is the fireworks.
Yeah.
I mean, every time you see a boom in the sky, that's $400 to $600.
Right.
It's incredible.
It is.
And
it is, and it goes fast.
Yeah,
and you're like, really?
It does. So we really do, and we have great support with the fireworks celebration, and the Chamber of Commerce is 100% committed to continuing the 4th of July celebration and having a great fireworks display.
Sure.
We're just looking for additional partners and support in that, wherever we can.
And it's becoming, over the last few years, it's becoming more of an all-day event. Yeah. So, I mean, we have stuff in the morning, the little parade, and the symphony and the derby, which they've moved that to a different day this year.
Okay.
But last year it was on. Oh no, where'd you find that? But they have.
There you go.
They're doing different stuff all throughout the day and evening.
Yeah.
Ending with our highlights of the 4th of July.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great. So. That's a great revenue stream for people to give and donate to. And they can just do that at the chamber, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Can you do it online?
You can
donate online?
Yep.
Great.
We got it online. We have on our Facebook page, we have a button, Donate Now. You can go on there. You can stop in the chamber and give a donation that way. If we also are accepting sponsors as well, so you can reach out to us at the chamber and inquire about any of those.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
So go on and Google Muscatine Laborshed analysis, and you'll be able to get those numbers.
Yep.
If you're looking to put together a project, write a grant, anything that you're doing, those numbers are something that you can put into your request, your report, whatever you're doing. So use it.
Yes,
that data's out there. Grab that data and use it in whatever it is that you're working on, and you'll be glad that you did, because it is very easy to understand, very good stuff.
And it's great information. It is great information.
Well, I want to thank you a lot for coming tonight, Adam.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, glad to be here.
I think a lot of folks at home probably haven't heard of the Laborshed report, and I think it's something that hopefully they'll go on and Google and look it up, and it's quite interesting. It's all data that has, it's not skewed in any way. I love how she explained how they did all of the gathering of the data. So, calling landlines and cell phones and different times of the day, and making sure that some are out in the county, some are in the city. And so it's really unskewed data, very, very very across the board, so
Very
you
well
can
done.
trust it. It's
Yeah.
very well done.
When they put like the Laborshed population, they get the zip codes from employees, from the employers to put that together. So it's coming directly from the employers and where they're getting their employees from. So it's very good data.
It's very good data. So use it and, look it up, find it, and use it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
coming
Mary.
tonight, Adam. Hey, once other stuff comes up, give us a holler and come on back because
Absolutely.
we'd love to hear about it.
Goes both
We just
ways.
work hard to try to keep the data, the information getting out into the community, whatever it is that we're working on. We
Yeah.
want to make sure that everybody has access to it and knows about it. So
Definitely.
thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Well, as we get ready to transition to our next guest, I've got a few save the dates for you coming up. There's so much information tonight. I'm telling you that it's like we're just finishing out April 30th. So we've got a flyer here going to come up on the Salvation Army fundraiser. Every year the Salvation Army does an annual dinner. This year they have mixed it up a little bit and have added to it a fundraiser for their summer kids club. And so what they're doing is they have an entertainer, TB Mentalism, and that's Thad Burkamper, our local guy. And so he's going to come. It's May 17th. The doors open at 6 and the dinner's at 6:30. It's $50, but that includes your dinner at Geneva Country Club and this wonderful entertainment. And all of the money is going to help our Muscatine Salvation Army Kids Zone Day Camp. So it's a wonderful opportunity to help give back to these children. I'm so excited about the children having access to a summer camp all summer so that their parents can work and know that the kids are safe in an environment where they don't have to worry about if they're playing with matches or running around outside or whatever it is that they're doing. So it's a great opportunity. You can look them up online. You can call Salvation Army for more information. Next, the Muscatine Arts Center. Wow, they have got a ton of stuff going on. So they just put out their last offerings for all of their mini masters for May. So all of the little kids stuff is there. The Early Bird, Not a Box, Mama Built a Little Nest, Yoga Bunny, all the different programs for the little ones. Get on there. You can go to their website and find them out very easily. Next, I don't know if you've been hearing about this prohibition presentation. So Thursday night at 5:30, there's going to be a presentation on prohibition in Muscatine. And there actually is going to be a follow-up to this. So there's going to be an exhibit coming in 2022. It looks so interesting to me. So before the 18th Amendment passed in 1920, Iowa had already had statewide bans. So this Iowa author, Linda McCann, she's been interviewed by children of moonshiners and bootleggers, and she's going to tell all of their stories. It just looks really interesting and exciting to me. So if you have an opportunity on Thursday, I would encourage you to go to that. Next, for the Art Center, David Hayes Ventana series. It's coming in May, and it's going to be a two-part thing. In the Art Center, there's going to be several pieces there that you're going to be able to see, and also we've teamed up with them to do some pieces of public art. So we're really excited about that. Just this past month, the council has approved a public arts commission and really are looking at all the different ways that we can do things in our community and bring the arts in, like the poetry on the sidewalks and different things like that. So this is another opportunity that we're going to be able to be involved in some public art displays. I wanted to give a shout out. Second Saturday starts May 11th and it goes all the way through the second Saturday in October. So there is a schedule coming out. I don't know that they know the exact topics or whatever the theme is going to be for each one of these, but certainly you can see that they're going to be May 11th, June 8th, and on, always the second Saturday, held on 2nd Street and Iowa Avenue. There's art stuff, there's a music festival, there's vendors, there's different places that you can go and eat and bring the family and come on down. People have a ton of fun at 2nd Saturday. Next, I was just talking about this earlier today. The Muscatine Community School District is asking for help. So we know in the next year or two, Central Middle School and West Middle School is going to be teaming up and turning into one middle school. So they want to know, what do we call it? So what are we going to name it? So they're taking ideas. So they give some guidelines, make sure, they can be named after people. We want it to be somebody that people know, or maybe somebody that's significant to the district. We don't want it to conflict with other ones, but go ahead and send in your ideas and we'll see what we come up with. And then they will let us know. They're not in any hurry because this is going to be a little bit down the road, but I was hoping that you would join me in welcoming Michelle Berns. She is one of 2 naturalists at Muscatine County Conservation. Mr. Bakke, Dave Bakke is the other one. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for coming. So you've been here once before.
Yes, and I have some very important news to share from that time.
What?
Our butterfly, not ours, probably made it to Mexico, but one of the 300 that we tagged made it to Mexico.
One of the 300?
One of the 300. So
wow.
For the last 3 years now, we've had butterflies that we know that we tagged made it to Mexico.
Made it to Mexico.
And the place they're going from here is Cerro Pelon. I'm probably not saying that right, but it's in Mexico.
Yeah.
And there's several different butterfly sanctuaries down there. So I just thought that'd be some exciting news to share with you guys. That butterfly that we did let go. One of its brothers or sisters made it to Mexico.
Isn't that neat? Because we let it out. For those that might not remember, you tagged one right here.
And it was dark.
And then went upstairs and let it out a window.
Yes.
And off it went to Mexico.
We were a little concerned it wasn't going to fly because it was a little dark outside, but it did go. It did go. So.
Oh, neat.
Yes.
Well, and the butterfly, tell a little bit about the butterfly sanctuaries, because your friend Mary went to one of them, didn't she?
She did. Yeah, she'd be somebody to come here and talk about
she would,
some of that
wouldn't
stuff.
she?
But she went down to one of them. I think it was the J&B Bed and Breakfast in Mexico. I'm not sure exactly where it was close to, but they took her up on a horseback ride to the mountains because the monarchs roost way up, like thousands of feet up.
Really?
In the mountains. And so she took a horseback ride up and spent the day with the butterflies. So
I remember seeing pictures. It was just millions.
Yes.
She was surrounded by millions of butterflies.
Yes.
It was amazing. I was like, where is she?
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy. So that's where they're all flying to.
They're all of them here on the eastern part of the Rocky Mountains is the population that we deal with, and they all go to Mexico. And then there's a western population as well. And they migrate to the coast of California.
Oh, really? But ours go to Mexico.
Yeah, we have the largest. I mean, it's like 2/3 of the United States compared to, where the Rocky Mountains are. But the population actually has increased. Every year they record how many hectares the butterflies are roosting in. And so this year I think it was a little over 6. Looks like we've got a flyway.
Oh, okay, sure.
And so that's super awesome because the scientists, the butterfly scientists, are saying we need at least 6 hectares to make sure the population can sustain itself.
Okay.
So all the milkweed that everybody's planting,
working.
I do believe it's working. Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I think you might get some for your yard this year.
Oh, sure. Oh, so that was the flight path that they take?
Yes. Yep. So the ones in New York that come along the coast come down. Some of them go to Florida. You can see the dotted lines there.
Oh, and then go over from Florida.
Yep. And then some of them were kind of right there in the middle. But they've done a lot of studies, and genetically speaking, a lot of the butterflies that migrate, that make the migration, are from the Corn Belt, which is all of Iowa.
Yeah.
And then the surrounding states around
Nebraska.
us, about this much on the map. So a big chunk of them are from our area. So the stuff that we're doing here, with the Monarch Pledge, the Pollinator Project,
it's working.
The things that we're doing in our parks, it's all good stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
So do they come back?
So the ones that migrated down come up to sometimes the middle or so, but that's about. Sometimes
so they don't come all the way back. The same butterfly.
Most of the time, no, unless the weather is such that it will, southerly winds will blow them back up
So they
farther.
need the wind.
They do use the wind, but most of the time it takes several generations to get back up here from the ones
From the one that went down. Okay.
Yes. Yep, so it's a really cool process.
Oh, it sounds like it.
I wanted to share that with you guys.
I'm glad you
That
did.
was the last time we were here
Yeah.
that one of our butterflies did make it.
Oh, that's
so
neat.
we did order some more tags. We'll be raising more butterflies, and our milkweeds already popped up this much in our monarch tent that we got from the Pollinator Project. Bought us that last year. So we'll probably wait until maybe, actually it's already May.
I know, tomorrow's May. I can't even believe
was saying
it.
May, but we might wait until it gets a little bit larger and then put the tent up, because it's like they still get sun, but it's better, you know, down there where they're at.
So it's going to be at the Pollinator Park?
It's at the Nature Center.
At the Nature Center.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And it'll probably go up, I'm guessing, depending on how fast things grow, mid-May or
And this is
Memorial
going to be
Day.
a big tent.
It's a 6x6 tent. I was trying to think how big your desk is. I mean, it's a pretty big tent. You walk in and we've got, I'm trying to think, 18 or so different holes where the milkweed's growing up, because we've got just some black fabric over it right now. And so last year was our first year, and we started with little milkweeds, so we didn't really have a whole lot of success with raising the monarchs in there. But this year, since they're already popping up and they're already established, we should do.
So you're going to raise the monarchs in this tent?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Kind of looks just like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But we also raise them inside the Nature Center too. So this.
Oh, do you?
We do.
Back in the offices?
Nope, we have the, well, till they get to be a certain stage, and then we put them out on display.
All right.
Usually when they get about as big as your finger. So.
Exciting.
Yes, and we have lots of other exciting stuff going on.
I see you have a bunch of summer projects going on.
We are very busy with summer projects, although Mother Nature is not being so nice to us.
Oh, I'm telling you. Have you had to cancel stuff?
Well, no. Well, a couple of field trips, yes.
Yep,
we were supposed to do some canoeing today, but
yeah, no canoeing today.
Not so much. But we're trying to get our new playground installed.
Yes.
So we're supposed to be doing that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday's kind of like a staff kind of day, and then we're taking volunteers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But this is a really cool playground. I don't know if I can show you the picture here.
Where's it going to be at?
It's going to be at the new...
If you hold it up, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, this is...
oh, there you go. They can see that. Yep.
So I have the drawing here. We don't have this on our Facebook page or anything, because otherwise it'd be easy for you to find it.
Sure.
But this is it's one of a kind playground. You know, we are very naturey.
Yes, you are.
At the Nature Center. So this is going to be a nature-inspired or nature-themed playground.
Oh, cool.
There's going to be playing little rock boulders for climbing, musical instruments, crawl-through logs, a little kind of cave that you can go in. This little thing here, there's all kinds of little animals that are hiding in there.
Oh, how neat.
Little salamander and just different things. So it's going to be really, really cool.
Where's it going to be at?
It's going to be at the, do you know where the old county home was off of Harmony Lane? When they took that down, all of that, about 15 acres or so, the Board of Supervisors decided to give it management over to us.
Sure.
And so we add it to Discovery Park, and it's a little over 100 acres. So now we have this, it's already was really cool. But now we're going to add the new playground, nature-themed playground. We're going to have a shelter. There's going to be flush restrooms. Very nice restrooms over there.
Nice. So open to the public to just go and use?
Yep. We'll have our shelters will be reserved.
Well,
sure,
but they can just go and play on this anytime.
Yes. Yep. So it's very
fun.
There's some pictures in there.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very blessed to have the Carver.
Oh, yeah. The Carver Trust.
They helped us out with a grant. I believe it was $175,000.
Wow.
For the playground material. And then there is the concrete work, and then the special fall surface.
Sure.
It's like that rubber stuff. Then that is
that stuff costs a fortune.
It is.
I never would have dreamt in all my living life how much that costs.
You know, don't you?
Yes.
With the playgrounds around here that the city has. And so I heard somebody say, you know, we have a lot of really
look at that, how cute.
Awesome playgrounds here. We're very blessed with a lot of different playgrounds that we can take our kids to play at. I mean, the city has wonderful playgrounds. And, and so, you know, we're just going to add to trying to get the kids outside.
That's
spending
right.
times outside.
That's right.
And making memories and stuff. So.
And you've got one of those walking over bridges.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, a little walking, little log thing here that the kids can walk up, and then they walk over.
And then they walk over there.
Yep, and then there's going to be a slide. I think you might not be able to see it on this. It might be on the other side there. But then some musical instruments, drums, and like the xylophone or whatever, and little just different little things. So.
Now they have one of those walkover bridges at Purple Park, we call it, which is really Longview Park, which is like on Logan. And when we go there with your son and Hallie, then those two make us do, with Aiden and Hallie, we have to do the Grumpy Old Troll Who Lives Under the Bridge song from Dora.
Do you think they remember that?
I do. Yeah. Because they were talking about it the other day. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, they do. Fun. Oh, those kids are going to have so much fun on that. And so you're looking for volunteers to help put it together.
We are. And so looking for 18 and up. Not that we won't take some older teenagers, 16 and up, with parents. But we just have to have parents there if they're not 18 because of the whole stuff. So we have 2 4 6-hour shifts.
Okay.
Give us a call, 264-5922, and we can sign you up. And we're asking people if they have socket sets or drills or extra batteries or things like that to bring them along in the car just in case we might need them. So talk to the playground installer today because we were on the edge about this weather. It's been raining, and I mean, I don't know, there's water everywhere, but they're on track to come, and we're going to do what we can.
So May 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Yep, on Thursday, and then the 3rd, 4th, and 5th would be like the public.
So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep. So we're really, really excited about that.
It is going to be such a great addition. And we like to go for walks back there and through the Arboretum, and then there you be.
Yeah, the Arboretum's right next to it.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually, there will probably be some more trails, you know, connecting the two. I mean, you can walk.
That's the hope.
Harmony
That's the plan, yes.
is right there, so you can just walk right there. I mean, it's not very far, but yep, there'll be a new road that goes off to the right up by the old barn, and and the old barn is still doing their as far as I know, their summer
program,
open houses.
So
it, you know, be a lot of extra space.
And there's a new housing addition going back over there too. So
yeah, I haven't. Have you seen plans and so forth for that? It seems like there's a lot of houses that are going.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things going on. We're hustling and bustling right now, aren't we? I love this project.
Yeah, we are. We sure are.
And I'm excited for Deep Lakes Park to get some more camping stuff too.
So our cabins are delayed because of the weather. Unfortunately. But we're still hoping to get some things done this year. But every time they go to try to dig, the water is seeping in because the water table is so high down there. I'm sure you've seen pictures of people's houses down on the island. All the water is just, it's like, oh my goodness.
It's crazy.
It's just coming from everywhere.
Oh, it is. It is.
So as soon as we can get the water situation under control, then they can start putting in the lines.
And those cabins down there will be so nice.
Yes. It will be a very good opportunity, you know, with all of the soccer organizations that come. Those people are looking, you know, they stay in our hotels, but they're also looking for other things, campgrounds and
other
choices. Cabins and things like that. So, and it's, there's a lot of really good stuff happening down there. You know, eventually there'll be a shelter, and then we actually got a new, a semi modern restroom, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Semi-modern.
Semi-modern restroom. It's not like the porta potties. It's a whole structure. It's got the the containment system. So it's not. It's more pleasant.
It's like between, like if you go to Salisbury, you got the one that's by the river and you got the one that's by where the RVs go. This is kind of in the middle of it too.
It's got special ventilation system, so it makes it a little bit more pleasant. And it's more like a modern restroom. You just don't flush the toilet. So it's a little, it's an upgrade. It really is.
Oh, sure,
and there's a lot more improvements that are going to happen, hopefully, with the port system, and that's all.
Just get better and better.
Yes.
Yep.
All kinds of stuff. So we are very blessed. I was listening in on the last interview. Muscatine is very blessed to have a great community for families and for jobs and recreation.
For people helping each other, giving back and helping each other. It's just amazing to me.
Yes. We've gotten so much help from a lot of the companies. And Carver over the years too. So it's just really great.
It is, definitely. So what do you got going on this summer?
Oh my gosh, we have all kinds of things going on. I brought a box full of surprises.
Oh.
That we can take a look at if you want to. These guys had me last week on Tony's show. So
did they?
They're not surprised what I bring in. They're not surprised. But one thing that I wanted to talk about is the frog calling that's happening. I don't know.
Frog calling?
Yes.
Tell me.
The frogs. Have you heard the frogs at night?
I've heard some. Like the bullfrogs?
We haven't had any bullfrogs yet.
Well, what are we hearing then?
We've heard chorus frogs, and we've heard toads.
Toads make noises?
Oh gosh, yes, they all do.
Okay.
I know, you're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm kind of weird.
I've heard of the chorus frogs.
So tree frogs are my absolute favorite, and I think I heard a tree frog about a week ago or so. But it's a little early, but this winter and spring and everything has been completely abnormal. So but usually the first thing that we hear are the chorus and the spring peepers. So I'll just play this and see if you've heard this before.
Okay.
Maybe you guys in the background here can see if you've heard these guys before. So here's our chorus frog.
Okay. Oh, I've heard that. I've heard that.
Okay. How about this? This is a spring peeper.
No, I don't remember that.
No? Here's our tree frog.
Oh, yeah.
You probably have a lot of those behind your house. And then you were talking about the bullfrogs. They usually don't come on until May or so. Tomorrow's May.
Tomorrow's May.
I keep forgetting that tomorrow's May already. But usually I would say maybe the second or third week in May. But this is probably what you're talking about.
Yep. Does sound like a bull, doesn't it?
Yes. Yep.
But the chorus frogs are probably the most that I hear. Yeah.
And I don't know if you have a pond near your house.
No. I don't think.
Or a creek. But usually the chorus frogs and the spring peepers and the bullfrogs, they like water bodies. But
at Salisbury, when we're camping, you can hear that like crazy.
Yes, but like our tree frogs, they will go a long ways away from water.
Oh, really?
I mean, you would think this little tiny frog doesn't get very far, but they get quite a ways away, and you think, my goodness, why am I hearing a tree frog?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm really excited because this tells us that spring is here.
Okay.
I mean, for a while, a few weeks, we were thinking, okay, spring is here. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Oh, it's going to snow. Oh, it's,
Yeah.
I mean, but really our animals tell us. I think sometimes they know more than we know. And they're really pretty good at judging things. So
we haven't seen any orioles or hummingbirds yet.
We had a rose-breasted grosbeak at our feeders. We have bird feeder right behind the nature center that was eating seed.
Really?
Yes. And somebody reported, in Buffalo, maybe,
Uh-huh.
on the bird listserv that they had their hummingbird came back.
Their hummingbird?
Just today.
Okay.
So you should be seeing them
Okay.
today. There's a little hummingbird.
Oh, yeah.
Those are your favorite, aren't they?
I love them, and I think I probably love the Orioles better, though.
They're
I
very
love
pretty.
the Orioles.
They sing very pretty, too.
They do. We have them right out our bedroom window where you can just stand there and watch. Yeah.
And I think they're probably a lot easier to prepare their meal than it is for the hummingbirds. And,
Well, yes. All
you know,
they
just-
want, all we give them is grape jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever give them jam because they won't touch it. They only want jelly.
Not yours.
Not mine. They won't eat anything but jelly. But Steve Truitt said that theirs only will eat Welch's grape jelly. They won't eat generic.
Oh.
Mine will eat generic.
Okay, well, you know what? They get pretty dependent on some of those things, and it's probably just like ketchup. But you know how we are with ketchup.
That's true. But the orange liquid that they say for Oreos, ours have never touched that orange liquid.
Oh, really?
No. Only the grape jelly. And they'll empty a whole bowl in a day.
Yeah, somebody was telling me how many jars of jelly they went through in a season, and I was like, really? Wow, that's a lot of birdberry jelly.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that
Just
either.
get generic
I don't think that's a real bird.
jelly.
It does kind of look like an Oreo.
Yes. So what else?
So we're going to be seeing more stuff.
Bugs and butterflies.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see here. All kinds of bugs in here.
Uh-huh.
But these are really good indicators that tell us that spring has really sprung as well.
Okay.
And this, let's see, Thursday I think it was, I overwintered some caterpillars, or some cocoons for moths in my garage, and I brought them in last Monday, and then Thursday I had one emerge, and it was a Promethea moth, I believe, which are in the silkworm moth family. They get really big and pretty, and I don't think there's anything on this one. There's all kinds of
There's a
bugs on here.
cicada.
Yep, cicadas. That's one of my favorite things. You know, when
They're
in the middle,
so loud.
They're very loud, but that's like, you know, they say the dog days of summer. It's because of the dog cicada. Dog day
That's
cicada.
why they call it dog days?
I'm pretty sure, yes. It's
Really?
because it's
Oh,
so
and there's
loud.
a June bug. Or that one looks like
Those
a
little
tick.
beetles. Oh, ticks. We don't want to talk about ticks.
Oh.
Ticks have already been out.
Ticks are out. Your dad's
Yes.
picked several off of his clothes.
Yes.
He's crying about all the rain is interfering with mushroom hunting.
Yeah, I know. We have a really big program scheduled with a speaker on Saturday.
I saw that. Yes.
And we've been full for,
I bet.
but yeah, we were going to be out at Salisbury, but rumor is water doesn't equal good mushroom hunting.
No.
So we moved it into the nature center, and we've got 30 people signed up.
Okay.
That's kind of our max.
Yeah.
But
Fun.
I brought something else, and of course, you know, I have some other things in here. I don't even know how much time we have yet, but
We're probably got to wind down here very soon.
we could talk all
We
night,
could.
couldn't we?
We have. What?
At least a half hour
Yeah.
if we want.
Oh, well.
It depends on what you keep bringing out.
Yeah, well,
I'm not going to be Johnny Carson. Don't even think about handing him over. 'Cause-
This is just a little one.
Yeah.
So the other day on Tony's show, I brought a big chula, and big chula was our fox snake. This one is our little, not a baby, but a young fox snake.
Okay.
And this fox snake's name for a long time was Little Chula, but now it has a real name, and it's Kajika, and I think it means.
Who named him?
We go on the internet and look for names that mean stuff.
Okay,
you know.
sure.
I'm not sure exactly what it means.
So why are they called fox snakes? Do they eat foxes? Do foxes eat them? Do they look like a fox? What?
They have a musky smell, like a fox.
Okay.
Has a scent. And so when they get upset, oh, now you're gonna wake up. When they get upset, they sometimes will emit that musky smell that
So that's
smells
why.
strong like a fox. But
I guess I didn't know foxes smelled.
well, they mark their territory, so I think
Okay.
that's kind of what. I mean, we probably can't smell
Sure,
it, but other
sure.
animals can. And So these guys, when they get upset, they kind of emit that smell. And I haven't had it happen very often, but I always tell people that a lot of these animals that we have they're not trained, they're not pets, but they're used to people more than if you were to go out and pick up a wild snake, you might get bit. I don't pick up wild snakes. And you all know I used to be frightened.
I know you did.
Snakes. And
you would scream and freeze and...
Yes. It's really, really a cool thing. So I do encourage people to come to our reptile and amphibian program I believe it's July 13th. If they are afraid of snakes, because we will get snakes out and people will be able to touch them, and really just kind of seeing that over kind of shadow that everybody says, oh, snakes are slimy, they're gross, they're going to chase you, they're going to bite you. I mean, all of that kind of negative stigma that kind of happens with snakes. Snakes have been, in stories for thousands of years. We could go back and tell stories, but they're really not quite as bad as people think. They're actually very, very good because they help with the rodent population.
Sure.
And nobody likes rodents in their
What
house.
does this one eat?
Mice.
That one doesn't look big enough to eat a mice.
This one eats baby mice. Little pinkies, they call them.
Pinkies?
Yes.
Whoa.
Didn't we get on the mice eating thing last time I was
I
here?
think we might have.
And you found somebody that they ate it at roasted mouse or something in a different country?
It was a story or something, wasn't it? It was like mouse soup or something.
It was way yucky.
Yeah.
I don't think I would eat
It was. So do you have a flyer on the snake program? Did you send me a flyer on the snake program?
I don't probably think I did because I think I maybe went only out a few months, but that's in July.
So that's in July.
Let's see, I know we want to wrap things up. Our May program is going to be
what?
Paddling down at
Oh,
Deep
the
Lakes. Canoeing. Yeah.
Okay.
The Try It. And then our June program is going to be our fishing seminar. And that's June 8th. And so that's
June 18th.
Through June 18th. We have another public program.
Navigating with a compass and map. I think that's so good to teach people that.
And people are going to look at this and they're going to go, huh? Because so many people are used to using a GPS on their phone compass. And that's completely different than what Lana's going to teach us. So
well, and sometimes you get out there and you get no cell service, and you can't always depend on those phones.
Right. Yeah. And even in Muscatine, there are places in Muscatine that
there's dead zones.
You go through and you have nothing.
Nothing.
But like even if you go out west, I mean, I don't know how much out to Colorado, Wyoming, Montana. If you get out there in some of the wilderness areas, there is a very strong possibility that you're not going to have service for quite a ways.
Sure.
And so to be able to, he's very strong, isn't he?
He seems to be.
He's like a cobra.
Yeah.
No, it's not a cobra. It's not a poisonous
No, I know
snake.
your dad goes out mushroom hunting, and he's went to big places, and it's very easy to get turned around.
It is.
Because you see one, and then you see one over here, and pretty soon you're like, oh, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. And if you can't even see any markers around you, it's very easy. Some people that we all know and love got lost down looking at the moon eclipse a while back.
They probably didn't have any service.
Yeah, they probably didn't. I think that was you, Ryan, wasn't it? It would be easy to do, though, and especially, being out in the timber.
Well, and Salisbury is huge. There's 675 acres at Salisbury. So unless you know, especially those back wildlife areas is what we call them, they're not developed, then it's very, very possible to get lost.
Now, if there's a creek or something and some kind of a landmark, you do a little bit better, but it's really good to know where you're at and how to find your way out.
Yeah, and it is pretty cool, too. I mean, that's a really good picture of Salisbury.
Yeah, it is. It's up a little bit there.
Oh, look at that. I can't wait till it's all summery again.
I'm ready for camping. I'm hoping Salisbury's going to be okay Memorial Day.
I know. I am,
I have it on good order that it's going to be.
We are, I think this is the third crest that we're going to have, and we are not even done with spring. you know.
I know.
Just on the Cedar River. I mean, the Mississippi, I don't know.
Mississippi's a different story, but the Cedar's more affected by rain.
Right, and snow and so forth. But
somebody's there
having a good old time.
having a good old time.
Yep.
That's right.
So
we got May is try it.
Yep, and then
June is learning how to navigate.
Yep, and our fishing seminar.
And the fishing seminar. Okay.
We're going to do things a little bit different this year. It's still in the works. We're going to change up a couple of the sessions. We have 2-for-1 camping weekends.
Oh,
and
we
we're
love
doing
those.
The
Yep.
first and third weekend of April through October. So April 19th, so May 3rd and 4th. That's this weekend. That's buy one, get one. A BOGO. Woohoo!
There you go. And then always Wednesdays are free.
Always Wednesdays are free.
So we always do Wednesday too.
And a lot of people, you know, if you're from around here, you know you need to go in on the Wednesday.
We go on Tuesday.
And pay.
Wednesday's free. And
yes,
then pay.
because with the Memorial Day, Labor Day, July 4th,
need
the
your spot.
holiday. Yes, we only have, I think, 20-some electrical, and then, I don't know, 15
Riverside.
river, and then we have primitive, which are walk-in.
Yeah,
you carry
walk-in,
everything
yeah.
in. That's
Mosquito heaven back there.
yeah.
Now, one year, though, we went early, went out, set all of our stuff up, and then went back to work. And then Dave called us and said, the river's coming up. We're closing the campground. We had to go back and take it all back down.
Yes.
And then go to Wildcat Den and put it all back up. Loved it.
Yes.
Not.
I know. We try so hard to.
I know.
But that river, it's, you know, is there an old man river story?
Yes.
There's a story behind that they have, he has his own mind on things.
That's it. That's it.
Let's see.
So then we got May, June, July.
July is our reptile amphibian program.
Okay.
And then August we'll be doing another try it, and that'll probably be at Salisbury.
Okay.
compared
And that's
to Deep
canoeing
Lakes.
and
Yep. All summer we have our nature camps, 18 months all the way to 8th grade. Some of them are filling up really fast. Some of
Okay.
them, there's only a couple of spots left. So if you're, you know, interested in that, though, we have lots of different opportunities for the little ones.
so they can find this on your website or on Facebook or
Yes,
or call.
We've tried to put a lot of things on Facebook, and then also our website. Our office manager does an awesome job keeping that up to date too, with all of the different activities that we're doing.
Oh yeah.
So it does say that we're starting nature camps during June 3rd, which people are saying, oh, the school's not done yet. But it's just the little, like 18 months to 3.
They're not in school yet.
So they're not in school. So even though they're going way past, what is it, like 10 days past or something, I don't know what
It'll
it is.
be fine.
They're still going to be able to start nature camp the next week.
All right.
And then we are going to have our new playground. We're going to have the cabins going on. They're going to be starting on the restrooms over there at Discovery. The beach will be open Memorial Day weekend. Yes. If people don't know, the old
At Deep
sand
Lakes?
pits. Yep. The
Nice.
beach is going to be open, and there'll be more water this year than there was last year.
Yeah.
Kind of dry last year. This year we're going to be kind of wet.
All
so,
right.
It's
No
about
happy medium.
No, yeah, it's about 5 feet or so, and it's roped off. So do need to follow all the boundaries, stay in the beach when you're swimming and so forth.
Sure.
Fishing down there.
Yeah.
All kinds of new stuff happening all over.
Really.
Everywhere.
I'm hoping we have a great summer.
I think it's going to be a great summer.
Everybody's working really hard planning all the different activities and fun things for families to do, and I hope weather is good and we don't have accidents and everybody can just really have a nice summer.
I hope so.
Yep. Of course, we don't need that 105-degree heat.
Oh,
Let's just
but
have some nice
We don't want that snow blizzard blowing stuff either.
I don't mind that as much.
Oh, no. I like my spring and summer.
I know.
I really do.
I like fall's my favorite.
Winter's not my favorite. I'm so glad we're done with that. And it's still light out there. Look at that.
I know. I love that.
Yes.
Love that.
Of course, the kids are like, we have to go to bed. It's still light out. You know, it's 9 o'clock
True.
and it's still
True. Yep.
still light
It's still
outside.
light.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's still light outside.
That's right.
It's summertime. Well, I still have to go to work.
That's right. That's right. Anything else you need to share before?
Oh, we covered a lot of stuff.
We did.
I think.
We did. We could keep going. You're going to have to come back again.
Yes,
Yep.
we can. I was thinking, I don't know if this would work or not, if you could have a live owl in here.
A live
A
owl.
live owl. That would be something, wouldn't it?
We could do it. Sure.
We might have to see how that goes. I already mentioned that to Hy-Vee.
To
too,
Tony,
and then
yeah. How'd he recept on that?
I'm not sure if that's.
I don't think it's a go.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think.
Well, you can bring one here. I've got high ceilings.
Well, it would be on. It would be on a leash
Yeah.
and Jess's and all
Yeah.
that sort of thing. But I
Sure.
don't know how it would do in here.
Yeah.
Because it's
Too small.
yes,
This
and
is
the
not
bright
a large
lights,
office, right?
The bright lights and they're
That's
nocturnal.
true. Very bright lights. Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
we certainly have other things.
Okay.
We haven't brought a
We could
turtle.
do an episode from there.
Yeah.
Oh.
We could do a live remote.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We could
that
do
would be
that.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea.
All right. Send me an email. We'll hook up some dates.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, thank
All
you.
right. Always fun.
Yes,
We
it
love
is.
our nature stuff, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We definitely do.
Stamp in it.
That's right. You. All right. Well, I have a couple save the dates before we close out the evening. We ran a little bit long tonight, but it was well worth it because we had great information, 2 great guests, and I know they shared stuff that we all wanted and needed to know. So next Tuesday, our guests are Ann Meeker. She's going to come and talk about the Peace Park proposal that's being talked about around town. I know you're going to want to hear the specifics on that. And Scott Dahlke, great guy from MCSA. Probably most of you know him. MCSA now houses the Muscatine Food Pantry. And so he's going to talk to us all about that. And they're doing some change-o around everything at MCSA and moving the Jubilee Center is also there. So they're moving some stuff around to make everything fit and work the best that it can for everybody. And Scott's going to give us the skinny on all that next week. This Thursday night, we have our in-depth council meeting starting at 7. But at 5:30 on Thursday, we're going to have a public meeting to talk about the 2nd Street revitalization project. So Bolton and Mink, the design firm that did what's already been done on the Mississippi Drive Corridor project, they're going to start with showing us where we're at on the 2nd Street revitalization project. So it's only about 10% into the project. But please come if you're at all interested because you can ask questions. You'll be able to see where we're at, what's planned, what we don't know yet, and really see what's going on down there on 2nd Street. Reminder that the Sound the Alarm, this last week I'm going to talk to you about this. It's really important to me that everybody in Muscatine have working smoke alarms. It just breaks my heart to hear of fires going on and people being harmed in Muscatine and anywhere for that matter. Sound the Alarm project is done through Red Cross and our local fire departments, and it's a day that you can go ahead of time and sign up for. So you can go to www.soundthealarm.org and you can sign up for a time on May 3rd. And they will call you. So you just go on and say your name and address and your phone number. They will call you and set up a time. They will come to your house on May 3rd, 3 people. One will scope out your house and see how many smoke alarms you need and strategically where they need to be placed. The other one will install them, and the other one will help you and your family very briefly with an emergency safety exit plan. We want to make sure that everybody in our community has access and has the safety equipment in their home. So please do this. There's no income guidelines. There are 10-year batteries in there, and it's coming right up. So it's May 4th that they're going to come. I'm sorry, not May 3rd. But it's www.soundthealarm.org. It's a great program, and please, 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 if you don't make it and don't do this, and you remember, in 2 weeks, crap, I didn't do that and I didn't sign up for it and I don't have a smoke alarm, call the Muscatine Fire Department. They will hook you up. There's no reason that anybody needs to not have a working smoke alarm in their home. So please get on the computer and sign up with www.soundthealarm. It's very important for everybody in our community. I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. Thank you to Chad and Ryan and our guests, Adam and Michelle. We had a wonderful evening. We hope to see you next week here on Our City.
Live every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. on Facebook. Email us at ourcity@muscatineiowa.gov.